Since the first half of the 20th century, humankind was borne witness to astounding progress and advancement in the fields of science, engineering, and technology. Unfortunately, however, there are still aspects of modern society that are archaic and outdated. One such aspect is racism. It can affect anyone, even famous people. So stay tuned and don't go away, because one Stranger Things star is opening up about racism he experienced from fans, plus other related news. First up, which Stranger Things star was forced to bear the brunt of racism? You're about to find out. Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin has opened up about the racism he's experienced from fans while playing Lucas Sinclair on the hit Netflix show. Lucas has been a part of the core cast since season 1, but it wasn't until season 4 that McLaughlin's character really got his time to bask in the spotlight. The characters are now in high school. Lucas is a member of the Hawkins High basketball team, distancing himself from Eddie Munson, Max, and the rest of his Dungeons & Dragons loving friends. McLaughlin scored rave reviews from critics for his performance in Stranger Things Season 4 as he becomes more mature. Recently, McLaughlin discussed being subjected to racism and revealed that it definitely took a toll on him as a younger kid. While McLaughlin attended his first Comic-Con, people refused to stand in his line because he was black. Some people told McLaughlin that they didn't want to be in his line because he was mean to Eleven, but McLaughlin doesn't think that's the real reason. "My parents had to be like, it's the sad truth, but it's because you're the black child on the show." I thought, wow, that's crazy. Because I was born with this beautiful chocolate skin, I'm not loved? But that's why with my platform, I want to spread positivity and love because I don't want to give hate back to people who hate me. Next up, have other young black stars experienced racism? Sadly, yes. Actor and singer Halle Bailey, who will play the famed Sea Princess, Ariel in Disney's live-action remake of The Little Mermaid, recently opened up about how racist commentary affected her as well. Bailey is a strong young woman who refuses to let hateful comments bring her down. Instead, she uses all of that hate as fuel to push her into delivering the best performance possible. Kudos to Halle for having the strength and courage to stand tall in the face of racial hatred. Unfortunately, McLaughlin and Bailey are far from the only young stars who felt this sting of racism. Ismael Cruz Cordova and Sofia Nomveta, who star in The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, have both been harassed and threatened by racist fans following the show's premiere episode. Many of the stars from Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy have spoken out in support of these young actors. But let's get back to McLaughlin for a minute. Believe it or not, this isn't the first time that he's spoken about racism since his breakout role. Stranger Things Season 4 explored more of Lucas's backstory and Hawkins' troubled history with far-right conservative beliefs. We see the town's frightening mob mentality as they hunt down Eddie, mistakenly believing him to be Chrissy's killer. Up next, will the Stranger Things house soon be an Airbnb? Let's find out. 149 Coastline in Fayetteville, Georgia. The house from Stranger Things will soon be an Airbnb, and if renovations are completed in time, it will be open for Halloween. The buyer's family, home from Netflix's hit series Stranger Things, is not really in the demon-filled town of Hawkins. In real life, it's located in Fayetteville, Georgia, and an anonymous buyer has made an offer of nearly $600,000 for the home, which is twice the asking price. The house is a modest 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom bungalow, and the 6-acre lot went on the market in mid-September for only $300,000, according to the listing from eXp Realty in Georgia. Michael Smith, an agent with eXp Realty, revealed that the buyer is an investor from Portland who plans to start renovating the property immediately. The goal is to make the house an identical replica, both inside and out, of the buyer's house from the earlier seasons of the show and market the property as an Airbnb rental. Smith estimates that the property will need between $50,000 to $100,000 in repairs to get it into respectable shape. The ominous home was built in the year 1900, so it's well over 100 years old. To complicate matters further, the owner will have to find period-accurate appliances from the 1980s, which will be no easy task. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're bringing you the latest Stranger Things news. Next up, did a family from Illinois just create the coolest Stranger Things Halloween decorations ever? You bet. An Illinois family has recreated a scene from the hit series right on their front lawn. It's a floating version of Max, and it's really cool. Unfortunately, any angry neighbor is trying to ruin the display for everyone. The family has spent hours upon hours of their lives creating elaborate Halloween outdoor displays, driven by a desire to spread joy throughout a neighborhood. But they've had to argue with local authorities to be able to show off their work. Aubrey and Dave Appel love making spooky stuff as horror props on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and their latest Halloween creation features a mannequin dressed like Max, rigged up to float in midair and replicate those scenes from the show where only the power of Kate Bush can save Max's soul from a scary-faced monster man. The display is really cool, but of course, there has to be that one neighbor who tries to ruin it for everyone. The Appels received complaints from another resident who was annoyed by the crowds of people stopping by the house to admire the display. So the Appels ultimately decided to take down their levitating Max and the rest of the decorations. Because of the complaint, they were only able to show their display for 2 nights. Is hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion coming to Stranger Things? Let's have a look. Megan Thee Stallion inked a major deal with Netflix in 2021, and recently Megan teased an appearance in Stranger Things. The Stallion shared a photo of herself on Instagram while sitting in a director's chair with a cue card that read, "Stranger Things." The Insta post also featured a photo dump of Megan in front of a building with other Stranger Things-themed photos. Megan's post was also accompanied by cryptic emojis such as the spider, web, and heart emojis. The Stallion has appeared in other shows as well, including Disney Plus's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Good Girls, and P-Valley. At the time of this recording, however, neither Netflix nor Megan's management team is confirmed or commented on her involvement in Stranger Things or how big or small her part in the upcoming season will be. Netflix will release the highly anticipated 5th and final season of Stranger Things in the summer of 2023. So mark those calendars, people, because if you thought Season 4 was completely off the rails, it's nothing compared to what the Duffer Brothers have in store for you in Season 5. Do you think there's a place for Megan Thee Stallion in the Stranger Things cast? If so, which role do you think she would be best suited for? We'd love to know your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. Next up, which Stranger Things star is about to have a big movie release in the UK? You're about to find out. Stranger Things star Sadie Sink finally has a UK release date for her latest film, Dear Zoe. The film is based on the novel by Philip Beard and follows a protagonist named Tess, played by Sadie Sink and her family, who suffer a terrible loss during a historical event. Tess finds support from her biological father, played by Army of the Dead star Theo Rossi, who has problems with his own. It's a coming-of-age film, and it will be released on digital platforms across the UK on November 7th, 2022. The film was directed by Gren Wells, who also directed The Road Within and A Little Bit of Heaven. Sink and Rossi will be joined by Justin Bartha, known for his roles in The Hangover and National Treasure, Vivian Lyra Blair from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Jessica Capshaw from Grey's Anatomy are leaping into the fray as well. Sink delivered a stellar performance in Season 4 of Stranger Things, and despite not getting an Emmy nod, many feel her performance was one of the year's best. Sink plays Max in Stranger Things, and in Season 4, all eyes were on Max after the evil Vecna possessed her. At the end of Season 4, Max's fate is tragic. The last time we saw her, she was in a hospital and in a coma. Finally, is one of the stars of Stranger Things really set to appear in a VR horror show? Stranger Things breakout star Grace Van Dien plays the character Chrissy Cunningham, but now she's about to give fans an opportunity to experience fear and horror like never before in a first-of-its-kind, fully immersive VR horror TV show. It's called Scream Park, and it will be a 360-degree VR experience that will essentially trap audiences in a haunted amusement park. Van Dien will play the character Kelly Q, a lost and desperate soul trapped in an abandoned amusement park filled with evil entities. To escape from Scream Park, you have to follow Kelly Q's instructions and ride on terrifying roller coasters to find the exit. You'll experience all the horrors through your virtual reality headset. So cool! That's a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching.